What do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
Yeah.
At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights,
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back.
Check. Can you hear
And
me?
when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, what magic wand do you have? How exactly?
Alrighty.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
There's Mr. Science.
What are you doing, man? Come on.
He's very upset.
There we go.
Mr. Science. Oh.
Running a little late here today, fellas and folks and women and children.
Yeah, it's been a crazy.
What are you going to do?
Crazy time.
What are you going to do? So you had some breaking news. You might as well just get that out of the way. You find anything else on it?
No, I didn't find anything. I'm just going to say hi first. Thanks for y'all for showing up, whoever did.
St. Lee Barnes is feeling better.
I'm here. I'm back.
He's back, baby.
Back in time.
I'm going back in time.
Yeah, it's good to be back. How was your week?
It was great. We did some work. We laid down some concrete. We stacked some stone. Did some, just sponsored by Mob Aiken Back. This week's show.
Aiken Back.
But it was a great week. Nice. Weather's changing, Everybody's got to like that. You down? You like that weather change?
Yeah, I did. I'm not used to this hay fever shit though. Again.
It's a new thing for you.
It's a new thing. I don't know. I grew up here. I don't know why the hell I'm getting it.
I used to get it real bad. And once in a while it'll come back and forth, but
Going back to the
going back in time.
back to fucking New Mexico where there's no pollen. Jack Peeler's here, huh? Is that what it says? We didn't change the title.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'll have to change that
False
after.
advertising.
Yeah. He was supposed to be here, and so was Chris, but we're gonna plan that for next week.
Next week, all right.
Next week we'll have a nice
Full
couch.
Full couch. I'll have to make some room, huh?
Yeah. I have to no, we could squeeze them in right there.
We look a lot tighter on the screen than we are, actually.
Yeah, it's the camera,
The camera.
The camera. Probably got like 50 maybe on it.
50. I hear if you subscribe to this channel, you get 5 years good luck. And a BJ.
That's true. Well, you're the one that can take care of that.
I hear that. That's what I hear. So I guess we should start to the breaking news. Buffalo, New York. At a top supermarket. A little one. 8 dead. Mass shooting. Allegedly racially motivated.
Allegedly.
I haven't really seen anything. This is hearsay.
Where'd you see it? On the news? Live news?
No, I saw it on the Facebook. I saw a mass shooting upstate, and I'm like, I live upstate. So I hit it, and then I saw it was Buffalo. I'm like, I don't live that far upstate.
Okay, I see 28 minutes ago, NBC's reporting on it. At least 7 killed.
7, huh?
Yeah.
And allegedly, he live streamed it on Twitch or something.
Damn.
Yeah. Kind of like that guy in New Zealand there.
I don't know about the New Zealand story.
The New Zealand mosque shooting? That was a few years back.
Right, maybe it's old news and I forgot about it.
Allegedly, he was a white supremacist. He wrote a manifesto and quoted Candace Owens as one of his heroes. God.
Poor Candace. She gets a lot of shit.
Oh, God. I saw a thing this week where she went live, and she was outside of one of the BLM founders' house. And the BLM founder was inside making a video saying that Candace was threatening her. And Candace was like, we got the whole thing on film. I asked her for an interview. I never threatened her. I don't know. She's got security. She said he had a white security guard, whatever.
Well, you can't walk up to a leftist with a facts in your, vocabulary, and they're not threatened.
Right.
So
that's true.
You're trying to define a woman. You're threatening them.
Speaking of vocabulary, I watched Professor and the Madman.
Are you threatening me?
I watched The Professor and the Madman last night. You ever seen that?
Negative.
It was pretty good. It stars Mel Gibson and Sean Penn. And
this must have been older.
It's only a couple years old.
Oh, then I told you it was.
It's about the writing of the Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, okay.
Which, it took place, this movie took place in the early part of the 20th century. I think it was the 1920s or something. Which I'm like, they didn't have a dictionary before that? Come on. We had a dictionary, didn't we? I know.
I don't know.
I think we did because we were taking out U's and stuff. Like color or nonner. We were taking that U out that the English use.
Right. Okay.
But it was a pretty good movie. I was surprised. He Mel Gibson plays a Scottish guy who's
Scottish.
He's Scottish. He uses the same Braveheart accent.
He uses the same.
And
William Wallace.
Yeah, he uses the William Wallace accent. And he is self-educated. It's based on a true story. And he got put in front of making a dictionary and finding out all the words in the English language and what their root was and all the different meanings that they've been used in over the years. And he actually outsourced it, what we would call today.
Outsourced what? The like a lot of the research?
Yeah, because you can't read all the books in the world yourself.
Right.
So it was a pretty good movie. Sean Penn plays a madman who was he was a captain, I believe, or maybe a colonel, I can't remember. But he was an officer in the Union Army during the Civil War. And he's in England, and he mistakenly kills a guy. And he really fucks him up that he kills this guy mentally. And he takes care of the widow with his pension and all, and gives her all the money. He gets thrown to a mental institution. And he helped do a lot of the research because he had a lot of time. He was in a cell, so I gave him something
So
to do.
the crazy guy did most of the research.
That's what the movie makes it seems like. They didn't finish it in their
So
lifetimes.
the dictionary could be complete bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
This word was made up from I just fucking roll around for my eyes closed for a few hours. That's where the etymology comes from.
I also watched the Blacksmith and the Devil. Now it's a Spanish movie. It's originally in Basque language, so it's dubbed, but it was pretty good. I did fall asleep at the end there, but I plan on rewatching it today.
Sounds riveting.
It was. It's about this blacksmith who has his whole property like sealed off, and I believe he accidentally killed somebody, and so he's like tormented by the devil. Not the devil, but a devil or demon, whatever you want to say. And the costumes are pretty good. The devil itself looked pretty good. It's not a.
It's not as good as Legend, though.
No, it's not Tim Curry Legend, but it's pretty good nonetheless.
That's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been getting hooked on watching YouTube videos of young men magnet fishing.
Oh, yeah.
The 200-pound magnets, and they toss them in pull out guns and bikes.
Whatever,
and
yeah.
whatever the fuck's
I want to
down
do
there.
that down here.
We should get one.
Yeah, I got a bunch of magnets.
You need one of those big fuckers.
I got a 100-pounder.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's enough to go.
Yeah, it's enough to do something.
Yeah, I'm down. Maybe we'll do a little field magnet
We got to
fishing
do some field
stuff.
yeah.
What else did I watch on the YouTube? You got me stuck in the shit.
I've been stuck watching Odin's Men.
I watched Northman the other day.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
It was great.
Now they're saying that's white supremacy. That's all I heard about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's all I've heard.
To me, it was just like a classic swords and sandal movie, kind of like Conan in the vein of Conan.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess he's a white supremacist too.
Oh,
I mean, he literally is.
Is he? No. I don't know.
Arnold's granddad or something.
Oh, it probably was a Nazi.
It was a Nazi.
Probably Nazi.
It was probably a Nazi. Anyhow. So yeah, that was cool. But you're watching something about what? About
All right, so there's this guy on YouTube called Odin's Men, and I don't know where he finds these fucking people, but he finds the cringiest people alive. You know,
kind of like Libs of TikTok.
Worse, but yes, kind of like that, but much worse. Like he's dipping pretty low in the gene pool or something. I hate to say that about people, but
You're like talking about like these people that really have no education, but they're willing to do stuff for the camera.
they're just doing crazy shit for the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how they are in normal lives. I don't know where they're even getting these.
It's kind of like
from.
airsoft fatty.
Yeah, everything is 57 genders and colonialism's fault. I don't know where he finds these fucking
Well, this
people.
maybe isn't like airsoft fatty. Airsoft fatty's just like, some kid out in the sticks. He's got a shit ton of followers. But he got famous doing Star Wars stuff.
Oh. Now this guy just finds, I don't know where a lot of it is TikTok, but he finds like
he digs up the dirt.
Some really strange people. I don't know where the hell he finds them.
People are willing to do anything, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
More or less. Some people.
It's gotten that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be taking my clothes off later. I would never do nothing.
No, that's like this whole generation of like spicy pics. They got like, girls just send their out and guys, dick pics and whatever the fuck girls call them. I don't know.
I never did that. I don't know what the hell that's.
No, to me that just seems like you're just giving the FBI or any like of these companies that you're on.
Yes.
You're just giving them that data.
Yes,
and if
that's all
anybody in that company wanted to smear you for any reason, well, they got it.
They got it. That's like these new portrait profile pics I've seen on Facebook there.
Yeah.
I actually went on Facebook this week because I love my mom. And
moving day's coming.
Yeah, it's the 28th.
Nice.
But, I went on for Mother's Day because I can't stand Facebook, really. Unless I'm using the chat, which is about the only part of
right.
I use of it. But I saw that there's a lot of...
yeah, it looks like a oil painting.
It looks like an oil painting, yeah.
Yeah, Norman Rockwell stylish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's changing their profile.
Oh,
pictures.
yeah. That's total
Just
data mining.
Take my data.
Take my data, yeah.
Take my data.
Take my data and get out of here.
Some people are saying it was Russian. I don't know.
Oh, goddamn Russians again.
But nonetheless, that's what's happening. And you're unwittingly contributing to whatever the end plans are.
Whatever their end plans are. Who knows?
Yeah, changing your profile pic, it's a big thing. It's like people think of it as like they did something like crazy.
Right. And Facebook is such a shit show. It's just such a place of like fucking retards. I hate to say that because a lot of these people are my friends.
Back in the day, yeah, it was enjoyable. I felt like it was enjoyable. And then I realized like, with the algorithms changing and all that, like it was like, oh, they're really manipulating me, and I kind of just fell off. I mean, I still use it regularly for talking, like you said, messaging and stuff like that. But really, that's about it.
Right.
I mean, I don't post shit hardly ever. I mean, once in a while, I'll get into like a groove of just being so pissed off. I got to post stuff like fucking Tim Pool and fucking, these videos that no one will watch because they don't have the attention span.
Right.
So.
That's a problem I have some of Alex's videos.
Oh, Alex's videos are.
Well, I ain't got 4 hours to burn, dude.
He does suck at delivering content. I mean, it's because he'll have like 4 bits of news, but he waits till the end of every half hour to give you 5 fucking minutes. The whole time he's just building it up like hype. He's like, oh, you have to end it, and make sure you buy some supplements.
Yeah.
So
Patriot food.
I just put Alex on to go to bed too. He's like a little singing me a lullaby.
I was on there, and the abortion thing's a big thing right now, because of the SCOTUS leak, right? And I see so many false equivalencies on there, and people talking about rights. Like, the only rights that you have that force other people to do something are ones that are considered good for society, like right to a speedy trial and a lawyer. You know, like there's nothing else that forces anybody else to do anything. They tell people to refrain from stuff.
Right, like whipping your dick out and whacking off all over
Right.
town.
Well, you can't murder somebody just because you want to.
I heard that one. It was like my body, my choice, and somebody's gonna run around town naked, just whacking off.
It's so crazy. You know, I hear these people.
My body, my choice.
There's a lot of women who feel that men shouldn't have a right to say anything, as if they can get pregnant by themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of these women I see aren't even of age to get pregnant anymore. They're already in menopause. So I'm thinking, well, maybe women that are in menopause shouldn't have a say either. It's just ridiculous.
Ooh, spicy.
Well, I mean,
if you're menopause, shut your. I was gonna say hole, but that's not.
So there's so many false equivalencies. Like they're regulating penises. You're thinking about regulating penises because you've misconstrued abortion with population control and birth control. If you weren't, you would never equate those two things because it's a surgery. Not that I want to ban abortion or anything, but I just see these fucking whacked out arguments about shit. And then people talk about you got to vote blue because of the SCOTUS leak. That would change nothing. It's Supreme Court. You can't vote them in and out. It doesn't work like that.
They're not too bright.
No,
these people,
not at all. I'm like, that doesn't do anything.
Well, that goes back to some stuff I brought up a few times, but like Bill Maher was like talking about some studies where the right is way more educated than the left as far as like the coronavirus and how it affects people and stuff like that. He had it on his show, and he's just like, this is some reports that some people did. They're like, when asked people, Republicans, what's the hospitalization percentage rate? They're like, oh, like 5%, or 7%, and the left was like 50 and over.
Yeah, half the country's in the hospital. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. Like, I saw like people talking about
well, it's like
science changes. Why were you an asshole for a year and yelling at people? If you knew science changes, why were you an asshole beforehand when someone disagreed with you?
That's a good one. Yeah,
because science changes, so you were an asshole before, but now that the science changed, you suddenly have to bring that forward.
Well, as you see, last week, this was last week, even though I have it on there for this week, the FDA said that J&J vax is causing blood clotting and heart attacks, and that they've restricted it to only people 18 and above.
Oh, the vaccine now?
Just the Johnson & Johnson one.
Oh, all right.
So that's where you'd be called a conspiracy theorist for saying it's causing heart attacks. Fucking the data is showing now that
that it's causing heart attacks.
Yeah, and damage in young people, their hearts.
I mean, I'm
myocarditis
suspect of it the whole time. And I remember one thing in school that for some reason stuck with me. The FDA takes 7 years to approve a drug.
Yeah, I mean that's just that was my first fucking thought. It was like for my whole life, the FDA, they take 7 years to research and develop a drug.
Yes. And this thing, what was it? What was the name of the program they had?
Operation Warp Speed.
Warp Speed, yeah.
I think that's why I think Trump lost a lot of support during that whole thing. He still had a lot of people follow him, but a lot of the people were like, I ain't taking that. We were talking about that before. A lot of the right was like, okay. And the left was like, no, I ain't taking that.
I remember
and then
that.
It flip-flopped.
Right, it flip-flopped. Haller says she wasn't taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I saw this week was during the debates when Biden was going, any man who's responsible for this many deaths shouldn't be president. And now he's got more deaths underneath him from corona.
So, well, they're not going to broadcast that again.
No, but you're supposed to forget that he said that.
Yeah, we should have saved that for What Must We Forget.
All right, well, we can always bring it back.
We'll bring it back. We're going to bring it back. I'll be right back. I think the ashtray is outside.
Right here.
Oh, you got it. Okay. All right.
You want one of these bad boys?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm all right.
Yeah, good. Otherwise, you guys would have had to listen to me sing Echo and the Bunnymen.
Who? What?
Echo and the Bunnymen.
What the fuck is that?
It's an 80s band.
Echo and the Bunnymen?
Yeah. The Killing Moon?
Nope.
No?
I might know it, but I don't know that by name. I might know it. But,
you know them.
But I don't know it by name.
They were an MTV band.
I wanted to issue a correction from last week when Jack was on. Even though it says Jack's on this week, he is not. You're not on, bro.
He's here in spirit.
We were talking about this guy that was in the Oval Office with President Joe Biden, and he was wearing an Eat the Rich jacket. And we were like, yeah, fuck that guy. He's probably rich too, you know, fucking to be sitting in the Oval Office with the president, you got to be rich.
Custom jacket.
But he actually is his name is Christian Smalls, and he's the Amazon worker that's leading the friggin' Amazon union efforts in New York. So he was there with Joe Biden. I don't know if Joe Biden gave two shits or even knew who he was, like me. But that was Christian Smalls. He's a good guy. He's fighting a good fight. Trying to get some union labor together for all the Amazon workers that are running pretty much half of everybody's friggin' goods around.
You remember that the heiress of Johnson & Johnson used to live in Saugerties? Do you remember that?
No.
She used to live at the Oddfellows Temple. She had like bleached blonde hair and a fake butt.
Fake?
Yeah, that's one thing I knew about her. She had a fake butt. I mean, she was my neighbor at the time, so. But I didn't really. I could see. I stayed away because she looked like a drug addict, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looked troubled. But that's what the rumor was, that she was the Johnson & Johnson heiress.
Rumors. This ain't no sewing circle, Barney.
I don't know how to sew. Yeah, there's been a lot of COVID shit this week, huh?
Well, there is the New York forced quarantine order.
I saw that there.
It can remove anyone from their home, and our great governor, Hochul, fucking decreed it by fucking executive order.
Who nobody voted for?
Nobody voted for, and it's just bullshit fucking thing.
It's like the lieutenant governor she fucking assigned, who then got caught for taking briberies.
Yeah.
It's a shit show.
The whole point being, excuse me, where the is that story?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the bill number. They tried to pass it
in
January,
the bill, yes.
and it failed. And it's disgusting. It's basically they're saying we can detain you for being sick, and it doesn't just say COVID. It's anything. Anything. So they can just be like, we suspect you of being a public health threat, so we can detain you indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
And nobody voted on it. She just,
What is that called again? Unlawful detainment.
Yeah.
It's got a name.
It's insane, too, because there were so many police officers doing it this whole time, New York City, I mean, I've stopped following New York City. I don't even know what's going on down there. I've decided it just doesn't exist to me anymore because of the whole COVID pass thing. You got to have a fucking...
Really?
Yeah.
You got to have a COVID
to get
pass.
into anything down there.
Really?
Restaurants, movie theaters.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder I don't go there. Besides the shithole now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how Philly is. Maybe when you go to move Mom, you might have run into the same issues.
I might. Philadelphia's a shithole. I know they still had masks going.
Yeah, run by a bunch of
I was
dummy Democrats.
Blown away. I got a friend out in Pittsburgh.
That's what the thing is. You know what? All right, go ahead.
I got a friend out in Pittsburgh. He always called Philadelphia Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to go with my mom the last time, there was just garbage everywhere, off the highway, on exits, not like everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on?
City of brotherly love.
It's scummy. See that shooting that happened down there, huh? At a gas station.
I didn't.
Some dude. So this one guy pulls in, gets gas. Car pulls up behind him. Jersey plates. Two guys get out of the back. One's got a pistol, the other one's got a rifle, and they mowed this guy down at a gas station.
Whoa.
They were wearing ski mask and the whole nine.
Whoa. I did see there's some woman, I don't know which state it was in, maybe can't remember at the moment, but was just a news story that I was just like, yeah, whatever, because it's just so fucking fucked. Woman's got her kid in the back seat and is in a fit of road rage, shoots another girl in the face. What? Yeah, they're like going down the highway, and the woman actually got a picture of the other woman that shot her.
I saw that.
Yeah, holding the gun at her like this.
Unbelievable. Road rage is ridiculous.
We got a problem with education.
I think it's a mental illness problem.
Yeah, yeah. And social media don't help. It's like
No.
it feeds into the anger of it all.
Right.
It's like I'm just hate everybody. I mean, I really do, but
Yeah, but
but I'm smart enough not to act on it.
you know, I saw this TikTok thing there where this young girl asked, she's like, you know, Gen X, how did you guys stay out of the generational war? And this guy answers, so I by looking at him, I would have nothing in common. But he says, you know, it's not that we stayed out of it; it just wasn't a thing, you know. And he's like, this whole new racism stuff, we're learning now as we go along. He's like, because when we grew up, you grew up with black, yellow people, whatever, you know, and it wasn't a thing. Maybe you teased them a little bit, but you know,
yeah, I unless it grew right under our noses, it didn't exist when we were growing up.
No.
As far as like, I mean, we weren't like in a, you know, an area with African Americans everywhere, but
No.
all the ones that we grew up with, we were friends with,
Yes.
or talked to, or you know, or acquainted with.
right. You know, the one African American guy I grew up with was gay, so I didn't have much in common with him, so he didn't really hang out, but the girls did.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, so we're learning about this now for the first time as a generation, you know.
yeah. Unless it like happened behind us, that's all I'm saying, and we didn't know about it. Which
It must have happened with the younger generation. So
yeah, it's all your fault, kids.
damn kids.
Goddamn kids these days.
Well, you know, every generation thinks that the younger one is crazy, but this has actually gone out of hand. You know,
I was saying that maybe last week or the week before. I don't know if you were here or not, but I also feel like every generation gets a little dumber and a little weaker.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
previous one,
Yeah.
because like you know, back 100 years ago, you knew how to read, like from, you know, at the dinner table
Yeah.
instead of TV.
Yeah.
You'd have instruments playing,
Yep.
or you know,
That's how you entertained yourself as an
yeah.
instrument.
You'd know how to hunt, or you'd be strong as an ox because all you did was fucking split wood.
Yeah.
And now it's like the people are not only dumber and weaker, they have less critical thinking.
Right.
It's like they weren't even taught how to think.
Right. Now, my whole life, I've heard people say that the education has gone downhill,
Yeah, I believe it now.
and now we're seeing it. Like, you know, I think we're seeing
And even with like Beavis and Butthead, when that came out, people were like looking at us like, I can't believe these kids watch this shit. And at the time, I was like, it's hilarious.
I didn't get into it.
It still is goddamn funny, but it was like it was pretty uneducational.
It took me like a year to even like warm up to it at all. I was definitely one of the people like, what the hell is this crap?
Yeah. But it was great when they showed videos. That was fun. They'd like do a little MS
Yeah,
science, Mystery Science Theater
Yeah,
over top
yeah,
of the videos.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, looking back, I can see the complaints. And also, like, I feel that way with metal, like the whole punk and metal explosion, where same as the D&D, they're like, it's the devil, it's changing our friggin' society and this and that. And I kind of agree with it. I could see it in a abstract way being similar to the everybody's gay, you know, or want to be trans, because it's just a cool thing to do now, to rebel.
Right. It seems like it's a trend. You know.
Yeah.
You know, when we were young kids, we knew kids that had tattoos that were younger than 18. Some of those regret those tattoos now. But could you imagine like making a life decision at like 15, like having a sex change or something like that? You know, I think I thought I was MC Hammer at 15.
I think the only life decision I made at that time was like to get hammered.
I'd be MC Hammer all the time. Yeah, there was that decision. There was that decision. Speaking of which, I had a really weird dream this week.
All right.
I was at Ulster Community College in my dream.
Nice school dream.
And
You're naked running through the halls.
no, I was coming up the stairways from the school bookstore, and Terry Rivenberg was there,
Oh, wow.
but he was a ghost.
Wow.
And I knew that he was a ghost, and then he said hi to me, and I was like, "You could see me," and that was it. You know, but it was really profound in my mind because I never had a dream about Terry that I can remember.
Wow.
It was nice that he visited my dream, but yeah,
You just said hi, huh?
yeah,
Wow. Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
It woke me up. That's how much it shook me.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like waking up like because he was younger in the dream than me. You know, like
Oh, okay.
he was as if like how I remembered him 15 years ago or so. Yeah.
Dreams, man. That's all kinds of stuff too we're dumb about. Like I'm sure back in the past, people knew way more about how to use your dreams functionally or something like that, you know, and or if you go, who knows, back to like the Dark Ages or like Egyptian or you know, just having like a sixth sense, being able to tap into it more. It's like Buddhist monks, you know, they train that shit.
Right.
So they're just like they know about a whole part of reality that we don't even fuck with.
It's a part of reality we don't really.
And it's mainly because the scientists have no clue how to fucking approach it.
Right. How do you even approach it? You know,
it's like, what is consciousness? Fuck if I know.
or just rock conscious.
Where'd it go?
It's behind you.
I thought I made it disappear.
Oh, dude, I saw this magician. I was watching some British Got Talent.
Yeah.
And this one guy, you know, he's acting all mysterious. And he's just doing stuff like, all right, you got to pick one. He was just doing all these jokes. It was great. I did see this. I got onto it because I saw this video of this witch. And it was really good.
You saw a witch. A video of a witch.
On Britain's Got Talent, yeah.
All right. Well, what would she do that was witchy?
Well,
how was she dressed?
Like a witch. I think it was a dude.
Okay.
You can't tell because there's so much makeup on. And she was just he was just super creepy. And he makes them eat apples, right? And
was it like witch from Snow White kind of movements?
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic witch look, you know.
Uh-huh.
And in the middle of it, she like comes out with her third arm somehow, and she smushes one of the apples, and all these bugs fall out. I don't know where it was, and then she gets up on stage and disappears, and everyone's like, "What the hell?"
Huh?
Yeah. So Simon's talking to like all the when the bugs. Simon is talking to the bugs as if that's him, you know, or if that's the witch. It was good though. I would check it out. If I was you.
Pretty unique performance.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I was surprised.
Sounds dope. Sounds really nice.
I'm into all like those old stories about witches.
I mean, I watched Legend the other day just because it was on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this. And it wasn't the one with the Tangerine Dream soundtrack. It was the one with the orchestral.
There's
soundtrack.
2 different soundtracks?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I'm just like, yeah, the Jenny Green Teeth in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what he calls her in the movie, but it's not Jenny Green Teeth from like the Fairies book.
It's a hag, though.
Yeah. And I was just like, the costume design's amazing.
Oh,
the character's amazing. I was like, these stories.
Maverick's really young in that.
Why are people, making more of this stuff? I mean, I guess Lord of the Rings was like that. But more fairies and goblins. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Old school style, too.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the Amazon Lord of the Rings is going to be a shit show full of woke garbage.
What's Amazon Lord of the Rings?
They're going to make a whole series about Lord of the Rings, and the main character is going to be like Gadriel or Gladriel, the elf woman that Galadriel.
Okay.
That gave that Frodo was like trying to give the ring to. I guess they make her a warrior.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just only are they swapped.
Strong woman? Or?
Yeah. Whammon.
Stunning.
As they say. Stunning and brave. I'm sure she's going to be stunning and brave.
Wow.
But, Yep. That's how you kill franchises.
Did you hear about Netflix's cultural note to its employees?
Sure did.
They basically said, if you're into wokeness,
quit.
You might not want to work here anymore.
Yeah. Either shut up or quit.
Now, I wonder if that has any correlation because their stocks are down. and people have stopped watching Netflix.
I think culturally, I think people have finally gotten fed up. Like I just watched Star Trek,
The new one,
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the return to episodic Star Trek, because Picard sucks and
Right.
and TDS sucks.
Right.
I've tried to watch some of the stuff, and I'm just like, I can't. It just sucks. So I tried to watch this one. I'm like, all right, episodic. I'm down. Let's do this. And I watched the first one, and I'm just like, yeah. It still sucks. It's just
Still sucks.
The captain could be really good, but they're totally like neutering him, and Spock is the worst fucking Spock ever.
Oh, they brought Spock into it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not a new crew. It's
No, it's actually the Enterprise with Pike before Kirk took over, and they're blowing it. They're blowing it.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm looking forward to the new Kenobi series.
That's gonna suck too. Sorry.
I hope not.
I'm sorry. It's gonna suck.
I liked Mando, and I liked Boba Fett.
Most of Mando was good.
I didn't like the Baby Yoda. I had a hard time getting past that.
I was okay with Baby Yoda.
But I thought the Boba Fett series was pretty good.
I thought it was okay, but they kind of neutered Boba Fett too.
They did.
They made like the strong women like his his protector.
Yeah.
Which ain't bad if you write a good character, but it's
Sure.
just like the writing sucks on all these shows. It's like I'm not like when they're talking about stuff, it's like you're not like hanging on what the hell they're going to say. You're
Right.
just like, okay, tell me the story.
Well, they're acting like this new strong woman thing is like it's new.
Exactly.
And if
It's not.
it's not,
Nah.
if we would have listened to Sigourney Weaver, we would have had one movie and would have bombed it from orbit, and that would have been it.
Over. Done
Over.
with.
Done.
Yeah, there's so many. I should just start writing a list down of like all the women heroes I used to watch on the reg, just to have it like
Red Sonja.
in the pocket. Yeah, when someone's like, "Oh, you hate women," it's like, "Oh, okay, well, how about all these movies that fucking rock and you've never even seen?"
Yeah, they're acting like it's new. It's not. I mean, women have always been in movies.
What about like friggin' Dragon Slayer, the girl?
Oh man, I forgot all about that movie. I gotta rewatch that now.
Yeah, she's like the toughest fucking person in the movie. The girl.
I haven't seen that in 30 years. I don't think.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Classic.
Remember the video game?
I never played the video.
It's not based on the movie, but
No.
it was like a animative storytelling video game.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
CD game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm, that was the cartoon one. Yeah,
It was a
fucking
cartoon
amazing.
one. Speaking of video games, I heard that's a new Mandela effect. I don't know if it's true or not. I just heard it today. I've only been able to find one source on it. But allegedly, you know how like you took the cartridge, right?
Yeah.
And you shoved it in there in the hole. You lifted, you lifted the little
You lifted the flap.
flap. You put it in the hole there. Maybe you blew on it,
Yeah, definitely blew on it.
and then you pushed it down,
Yeah. Yep. And then it's Nintendo.
and then you turned it on, and it worked. Well, apparently you don't have to push it down now. I got to look into this a little bit further. I got to find somebody.
So
who's still got
you're saying
NES.
Mandela effect, like C3PO's silver leg or something like that?
Yeah, it's something that people are either remembering wrong or.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that in the video that I saw where the guy's talking about it,
I mean, I still got my NES, and I know you got to push it down.
you got to push it down, right? He went and looked into the manual,
Mm-hmm.
and the manual says push it down. So who the hell
Sounds
knows?
like clickbait, man. Clickbait, maybe?
Maybe I want to look more into it because that was
Sounds
one.
like
I was,
the clickbait.
that was when I was like, wait a second. I distinctly remember like making it so it stuck out a little bit, just so it clipped with the plastic and shoved it in there.
Maybe I'll bring mine in next week, and we'll test
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
I'll be ready to game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. You want to? Yeah.
Get me on the NES. Hell yeah.
Oh, were there any really good two-player games on the NES? I mean, not really, I don't think.
Double Dragon.
No, I mean like where you versus each other.
Oh,
I don't recall. I mean,
no.
everything was like one turn, and then it's your turn, and then it was turn based.
Right. I mean, there was games where you could both play at the same time, like Battletoads.
Yeah, those are co-ops though, not
Yeah.
like versus.
No, I don't
And
remember.
any other versus games were turn based, like Duck Hunt. It's like you get your go, now
Yep.
I get my go.
Quack, quack, quack,
Even
quack.
yeah, Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I love that game. I did. You know, I had the robot. It never worked.
I had Rob too, and I got him to work, but it was just so goddamn slow. It just took forever to make him. The whole point was you're just like pressing buttons. So it was like, fuck you, Rob. I'll
Yeah.
press the buttons myself.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that game sucked. Came with.
Well, we're just having a pop culture fucking Saturday, aren't we?
We're just, getting warmed up here, I think, Brando.
Yeah, we're almost fucking.
Even though we've been doing this for 40 minutes already somehow.
Yeah, I know. It's like we're just
All right, I
that's
guess
this week's news.
I guess, Ukraine and Kiev, huh?
Yeah, how about 40 billion to Ukraine? You think what the fuck?
Well, I guess, Ukraine won the Mega Millions again. And fucking
Jesus
they won
Christ.
Powerball again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that's about.
Earth Powerball.
It's so ridiculous because we're not doing too well over here,
Yeah, let's just give 40 billion away.
to Ukraine for some reason.
I hope you all know that we're trying to give 40 billion to Ukraine.
Why? I don't know. You know how much money? 40 billion. Wow. I mean, that could build up American Samoa. Really, really nicely. The American Samoa's only got like 50,000.
How many friggin' fuck.
I think Puerto Rico can probably use 40 billion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I was going to say how much is an aircraft carrier?
More than 40 billion, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure
It's unlimited.
Well, I remember when we gave them 600 million, and I was looking at some things, and I'm like, they can't even afford a wing to a fighter pilot for that much money. Like, military equipment's expensive. It's probably the most expensive thing on earth.
Right. Well, that's why we're at war right now, because they got to make more.
They got to make more. Now,
Well, we're not at war, but it looks like we're trying to get people are trying to drag us in for sure.
yeah, people are pushing for war against Russia for some fucking god awful reason.
It's like they want a nuclear war.
Because what else does Russia have? They've got all the nukes. What are they going to do? They're not going to fight us in a conventional war. Putin already said in 2010, I can't beat the West in the nuclear. I mean, I can't beat the West in the conventional war. And now you're asking me to get rid of my nukes. I'm not doing it.
Did you hear that the Pope said that it was NATO's fault?
Yeah,
the
well,
war?
yeah.
And before knocking on, Putin's door and
Oh,
like,
yeah. Remember 2017 when McCain and what's that faker there that just had the leak?
that faker.
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
They went to Kiev and they said, 2017 is going to be the year of offense. That's like they weren't even at war.
It's
at the
not
time.
Kiev anymore, bro.
Whatever.
Kiev.
Kiev. I'm not sure how that goes. Is that a Mandela effect or
No, because I can still find videos of everybody saying Kiev.
Kiev chicken?
And
yeah.
I think they're saying Kiev now because they're trying to be politically correct, and it's like we can't pronounce it how it was pronounced by Russians or something, or we're whatever it is, they're pronouncing it differently, and it's like it was always Kiev.
I saw a thing on Russian TV where they had a simulation of nuking England and putting it underneath water along with
Yeah.
Ireland.
The Russians release that.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what it's going to look like if we nuke and make a tsunami,
tsunami
with a nuke,
right to
and just wash over the island.
Well,
Bye.
that and Ireland too. Ireland was going to be collateral damage, and they're going to sink 2 islands. I mean, come on.
It's not cool.
And as if that will have no effect on Russia if the British Isles and Ireland just sink into the fucking get the hell out of here, fucking delusional people.
Yeah. So 40 billion, man. They were gonna pass that shit on like Thursday or something, and Rand Paul is the only one that stood up and blocked it, so they have to like talk it over more.
He's a demigod, in my I love that
It's
guy.
like, thanks. At least someone's like, oh yeah, let's just take a second. Everybody's got to read this before we pass it.
Well, there's this thing called the Leahy Law. Have you ever heard of that?
Negative.
All right. So the Leahy law says that the United States can't fund or sponsor hate groups and terrorist groups. And in the 2018 omnibus package, right, to Ukraine, it specifically said none of this funding can go to Azov.
Right.
Obviously, this funding is going to go to Azov. Now.
Obviously. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to be in violation of our own laws if we give this money to them.
Nobody cares.
Canadian general got arrested in Mariupol by the Russians, huh?
A Canadian general arrested in Russia.
No, in Ukraine, in Mariupol.
In Ukraine.
Yeah, the Russians arrested him.
I did not know that.
Put it here in the notes here.
Here, bring them up. Bring up the notes.
Let's see. There it is. Canadian general arrested in Mariupol. Boom. Just waiting for it to load. Canadian general arrested in Mariupol. The Russian armed forces arrested Canadian General Trevor Kater in Mariupol on the night of the 2nd and 3rd of May, 2022. He's currently in Moscow waiting to stand trial. General Trevor Kater was apparently not on a mission for his government, but was in charge of Biolaboratory Number 1 with 18 staff working under his command. The National Pulse reported that Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, and Christopher Hines, John Kerry's son-in-law, had arranged the subcontracting of the Ukrainian research laboratories through the firm Rosemont Capital on behalf of the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DTRA, linked to the Pentagon. The Chinese Foreign Ministry revealed that the United States operates 336 biological and chemical weapons research laboratories abroad. The Security Council had a meeting on the matter on March 11, 2022.
So basically, when Russia went in there and they said they were attacking biolabs in the beginning, it was true.
Well, we've already known that was true. That's already been brought up in Congress years ago by the...
Well, everybody was trying to make it up like it was a conspiracy when the mainstream media was saying it. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 weeks ago when they invaded.
They've been lying
6 weeks.
nonstop about fucking Ukraine.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to be stupid not to realize like the Bidens and friggin' Pelosi's and friggin' they all been laundering money
through
Ukraine.
Yeah. That's what's going on. I remember, what was her name there? I can't remember, but she was the aide to Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State. She testified before Congress that we had biolabs in Ukraine.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
I know it. Shit.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Licking your
The one that
balls.
was she was married to Wiener?
No, that's Uma Abedin.
Oh, it wasn't Uma Abedin.
No, this was one of the Secretary of State's aides.
Mm. So that ties into this. So yeah, Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, Jill Biden, and many other top officials have all went to visit Ukraine, Kiev, in like the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And it's like, if there's so much war going on over there, I know it's kind of far away, but we're talking 500 miles here, maybe 800 miles max.
What?
The distance the war is raging, and they're just going to walk in and say hi for a photo shoot.
Yeah, I don't think not Kiev. I don't think Ukraine's much more than 900 miles long or something.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. Like the fighting's all on the east, right? Or
right.
On the west.
East.
It's on the east.
Right, east and the south, yeah.
So that's like, I think it was some areas it was like maybe 500 miles.
Sure. Yep.
So that's like a little further than Buffalo. No, twice out, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit further than Buffalo. Cleveland.
Toledo
or something, right? That's about 500 miles from here. But
so
yeah, that's close.
That's damn close.
Yeah.
That's like a couple minutes for a jet.
Oh yeah. Yeah. A couple minutes for a jet.
Sounds like they're pretty comfortable all flying in there and walking around in the streets.
Boris went over there, pulled his
Johnson out.
He was roaming around the street.
Let his Johnson all over the place.
You know, and like a lot of people were like, why hasn't Joe Biden been there? But Boris Johnson has.
Why did Jill Biden go?
Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows?
Because he's too stupid to collect his own money.
Maybe. Who the hell? She's gotta go collect. Who the hell knows?
Can't send Hunter no more.
No, guess not. Where is Hunter?
Fuck if I know. Smoking crack.
Anyway. More about the war, huh?
Just $40 billion, man. It just fucking.
Here's some other things that can happen this week. So, China brought out its aircraft carrier, and they surrounded Taiwan and held some drills.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're looking at Taiwan. Also, I found out they've been dredging around the island, Taiwan.
Maybe they're looking for that friggin' seal, the Great Seal.
Oh yeah, the Chinese Great Seal.
Yeah.
Who knows? But they're like undermining the island itself physically. I think they're gonna build a road out there. Or
Why don't
something.
they just fucking drop a nuke and fucking send a tsunami on it? Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on,
Who
people? Ugh. Ultra MAGA, the great MAGA king.
MAGA King. I saw those memes. I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why are all these like memes as Trump as king now? This is going too far for me. I really thought that at first. Why they portray him as king? We don't do that.
Because Dummy said
And
it.
then I found out that Joe Biden said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest threat. No, it's not.
The great MAGA king.
He's such a fucking moron. My God.
They're like trying to come up with like nicknames for him.
He just rolls with it.
Jesus. And it's so pathetic. Psaki was like on, I forget which, she was getting interviewed and she's acting like it's this great thing because he come up with that nickname all on his own.
All on his own.
It was just like, that's fucking pathetic that not only you have to say that, but
Right.
the nickname totally is not going to work for you in the way you think it is.
So she had to justify that he had his own idea.
Yes, she had to
My
justify. His brain still works. Isn't that cute? Oh, God. And then, yeah, Ultra MAGA. I guess that's fucking anybody that's not voting Democrat.
Yes. Anyone who's not voting Democrat is your enemy.
Is Ultra MAGA.
These people are fucking extremists. I swear to God.
It's a cult, man.
It is. They're out there, like, in the streets, causing chaos, burning shit down, terrorizing people.
Yeah, when they do it, it's great.
They should be arrested.
I
Like,
know. Yeah.
the George Floyd protests were the most violent thing that's happened in America since the Civil War. Over 900 cities in the United States had destruction, damage. Of course, if you didn't have any electoral votes, like, some place
You were saying that, yep.
some place really black, like the Virgin Islands, nothing happened there. But
All these key demographics areas.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Real hoopla. Big hoopla.
I can't tell you how many people I know got themselves in trouble over this stupid shit.
Yeah, you know people personally
Oh yeah,
that you got fucking screwed because you were brainwashed.
fucked up their lives because Trump was president.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened. All the bad shit's happening now.
Yeah. But if you say something against Biden, it's like, it's not his fault.
Oh, bullshit. He printed
It's not
80%
his
of the money that's ever
fault.
been in circulation in the last 22 months.
Yeah, it's great, bro. It's fucking great. The dollar's definitely
It's gonna
they're
collapse.
sinking it. They're
Yeah.
sinking it
They are.
on purpose. On purpose.
They are sinking it on purpose.
Okay, well, I talked about this last week, but I just wanted to get your take on it. The Jean Perrier is married to the CNN anchor Suzanne Malvoz or Malvox.
Is that the new
Yeah, replacement for Psaki.
All right. What about her?
Well, she said that the 2016 election was stolen.
In the 2018 governor election in Georgia.
Yeah. So she's running around saying
Oh,
shit's
yeah.
stolen, but if you say shit's stolen,
You can't say shit's stolen.
no.
No. She's allowed to.
Yeah.
Not you.
Not you. Not you.
And
or you.
it can only be stolen from the Democrats, not from anybody else.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Fucking ridiculous.
So the biasy that everybody says doesn't exist.
It's pretty bleak.
It's standing at the podium for the United States President Joe Biden.
Every freaking,
Right there's your bias.
There's your bias. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
They can say whatever the hell they want. People
Press
vote.
secretary.
I love this shit. People vote a way they don't want, and it's a threat to our democracy. No, it's fucking not. They voted.
Yeah. The ultra MAGA. It's the great MAGA king told them how to vote.
Yeah.
I can do anything. I'm the great MAGA king.
Oh, God. I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't think conservatives necessarily give a shit if Trump runs or not. I mean, people will vote for him.
I think people want DeSantis to run. I've
Yeah.
even heard people want Rand Paul to do his thing.
I've always liked the Pauls.
You can't fuck with the Pauls, man.
No.
They're just conservative, but
They're not even really Republicans. They're
more libertarian.
Yeah.
So that brings us into 2,000 Mules. Why not? Let's just slide right in there.
Dinesh D'Souza.
Yeah, because we were talking about if things can be stolen or not. And I didn't watch the movie yet. You have.
I did watch the movie. It was pretty interesting.
A lot of that stuff I know James O'Keefe had brought to light during and right after the election.
Mm-hmm.
The Dropbox assholes taking hundreds of ballots to drop boxes and shit.
Now they have over 4 million hours, I think, of Dropboxes video. And, one of the weird things that you see is that these people, they could drop stuff off in the Dropbox, and then they take a picture.
Yeah, and then they take rubber gloves off and throw them in the garbage.
Throw them in garbage, yeah. Now, one of the things that they used is that they obtained a lot of the cell phone data information
to track them.
But they also got months of that data beforehand, before the election even started. So they can say, all right, this person went past the Dropbox normally every day, so we don't look at him because he was going past the Dropbox every day. Anyway, maybe
it was like on his way to work.
Or something, right? I did hear that some sheriff launched an investigation based off the movie. I didn't look into that. I just heard that today. But I thought the movie was pretty compelling, that there was definitely fraud.
I think so.
There was
especially if it was in key areas that are.
It was. Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. They said had over 1,000 mules in it.
Jesus. Yeah, and these were all the. Philly was the place where they closed the windows and put curtains up and shit like that, and they were pulling extra bins out from underneath tables and stuff.
Right. Now, there's a bunch of unprecedented things, that happened.
Unprecedented.
Well, sending out mail-in ballots, right? That was unprecedented.
First time ever.
First time ever. They closed the counting in the middle of the night.
Never happened before.
That's never happened before. What the hell was up with that?
And then you just see this. It's funny too, because every time I look at it, it looks just like a big F, like "fuck you," the whole graph with Trump and then Biden going like this.
Oh, all right.
It goes. Here's Trump. It's like Trump arc goes like this, and Biden's underneath it, and all of a sudden it goes straight up and back over.
Yeah, 3 in the morning.
It's like a big "fuck you."
That's another thing. A lot of these people are voting at 1 in the morning. Who the hell votes at 1 in the morning?
Right.
I think it was pretty interesting. It's on BitChute. If anybody's interested in checking it out, 2,000 Mules. I thought it was pretty interesting. Whether or not it was enough to sway the election or not, I can't say. I'd like to see it looked into more, though. It won't be, but I'd like to see it looked into more.
Well, I think that's why that's why January 6th occurred, because the whole fucking every voter that had voted for Trump feels like they wanted an investigation, and they're just being gaslit, being told, "Shut up! It wasn't. If you say that, you're a conspiracy theorist."
I am a conspiracy theorist. I love conspiracy.
Well, I just like the same shit that happened with the COVID was happening with that as well. You were being told to shut up. They want to talk about gaslighting. That's straight up the ultimate form of gaslighting, when the national news is telling you. It's like, you're crazy if you think it went any other way. And then you have all these anomalies, and you're like, well, what about all these anomalies?
Right.
And nobody wants to do anything about it.
It's just like the black shirts that Italy had shut people's speech down in the 1930s. It's silencing your political opponents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Threatening them with jail time.
Without like a due process
no
or
due
type,
process,
yeah.
nothing like that.
Mhm.
And you can't even make the act. You can't even say something suspicious. Well, you couldn't. Now you can. But
yeah, it only took fucking a year and a half.
right. I mean, I don't think they're going to overturn the election or anything, but
I also think it's like they're just tumbling the sides back together, trying to get that civil war to pop off. It's like, all right, we'll piss these people off now. Now we'll just go like this and let them get the other side that we just thought they were fucking doing awesome. They're going to fucking sink. So
I mean, our enemies would want nothing more than a civil war in America.
Oh yeah, I know. America to be split up.
Be totally split, right? Unless you're in American Samoa, in which case you're fine.
You're free.
You're free. Yeah,
you're free. Go.
You're still free in the territories.
Elon, are we going there yet, or you got something else to say?
No, not really.
Elon is backing off the Twitter deal this morning.
I saw that.
And a lot of people feel like he's doing it. He did it on purpose. He filed a piece of paper late, 10 days late to be exact, that exposes the whole deal to the FEC. Mm-hmm. Now they have to investigate.
Right.
So
I saw that.
Some people are speculating he did it on purpose because he's got so many damn fucking businesses. Goddamn well he knows how to file paperwork.
Oh, yeah, he definitely does.
He's got plenty of lawyers to do it for him.
He's got plenty of lawyers. He's a smart guy. Somebody must have mentioned that to him,
Yeah.
So I could see where he would have done it on purpose. Absolutely.
And it comes back to him now, either actually trying to purchase Twitter or to burn it to the ground. One or the other.
Twitter's a shit show. It's just like Facebook.
It's worse than Facebook, though, because it actually creates the mainstream media news cycle.
Right. The thing I like about Twitter is I don't know those fucking people. Facebook, I'm like, fuck, I know you.
Well, they're mainly all just following the Twitter and the fucking... You know where all this started? Tumblr. Maybe not, but...
I can barely remember Tumblr, yeah.
I guess not all of it started at Tumblr, but a lot of the rage started at Tumblr because it was like this. Nobody used it except for like these punk ass millennials that were like fucking just hated being themselves,
right?
Because nobody liked them, or they were like too shy to go make friends,
right?
So
stuck in the house all day on fucking Tumblr.
Yeah, and they just started hating society, and now it's like they've turned into a Twitter mob. They grew up.
Right. It is a mob.
Turned into a Twitter mob, and friggin' they're just pointing fingers trying to cancel everybody. But it doesn't exist. Cancel culture doesn't exist.
Twitter's another place where I can't follow there's a lot of people I can't follow 2 posts in a row because they just keep writing contradictory shit,
Yeah.
And it's all for political expedience. That Robert Wright guy, the commentary guy.
Yeah, that moron.
Yeah, he was going on about the dangers of Elon owning one thing, but if you go back a year, he's talking about how great,
Elon is.
Yeah. And, he was also made comments about Mike Bloomberg and how it's not a contrast of, he gets involved in politics and owns media. So it's all bullshit.
It's the same with most of them left the media. I mean, I can't really, as far as the right media goes, Fox and a few other things, there's not too many instances with their foot and mouth syndrome, where they've said something and it's completely fucking shot 6 months, a year later.
Yeah.
On the left, you just find that shit at will. You go online.
It's
at will. Like the Avenatti fucking people. Oh, Avenatti's going to be the next president, or fucking Cuomo.
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm a Cuomo sexual. And it's like,
shut the fuck up. I never understood the Cuomo thing. I was like, his father sucked. Why are we electing the
I just
fucking
don't.
same family?
They're just like you were saying though. They're just totally brainwashed fools, and they're willing to swap for friggin' their position in a heartbeat because the crowd went fucking
It's
a different
politically
direction.
expedient for them at the time.
Yeah.
Cuomo was a joke. You know,
He had pierced nipples
I don't give a shit.
because he was a bull.
Who gives a shit? He was such a joke.
He's a fucking bull.
You know, that brings us to Bill Gates flip-flopping on COVID, right?
Oh, jeez, yeah. How can we get Bill banned now because he called COVID the flu?
Called it the flu and said, it's only really dangerous to elderly people, just
Much like the flu.
Right. Well, if we knew that from the beginning, why were they putting COVID people into fucking nursing homes? It doesn't make any
I don't know.
sense.
We can't say that we knew that from the beginning, but I bet Bill knew it from the beginning.
I mean,
that
if there's a virus going around, the most vulnerable in the community is going to be the most vulnerable. I mean, like old people are vulnerable.
Yeah.
We knew that going into it, right?
Well, I think, him saying let's just take it from this is how critical thinking works. For 2 years, you've been banned off the internet, canceled, called conspiracy theorist, a threat to democracy, or a hateful person if you said it wasn't anything other than like the flu. But Bill Gates can say it.
He can say it.
And it's okay.
Here's a fun fact. I have the same medical degree as Bill Gates. Did you know that? I have the same exact medical degree.
That's a good fact.
That's a fact.
And that's a fact, Jack.
Fun fact.
But yeah, I mean, that's the same. It goes back to that girl, the Jean-Pierre or Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
Whatever her name is. She can say it, but you can't.
Oh, yeah, she could say it.
Bill can say it, but you can't. When are people going to finally, be... I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Well, we're doing it right now until we get kicked off of here.
Yeah, well, we only got 4 viewers, so we ain't getting
Those are the
kicked off.
best 4 fucking viewers in the world.
You're the smartest in the world, Harry.
You're the best 4 people I've ever met.
Oh, my God.
Or might meet.
You're a wizard.
I love those 4 people.
Yes. Keep on rocking in the free world.
At least we know they're not fake. Like Twitter. That's another reason why Elon said there's too many fake accounts. Now here's something I saw. I can't remember the guy's name at the moment because I don't watch his shit, but he's a conservative, a gay man, Rubin, right?
Okay, Dave Rubin.
Dave Rubin, right?
He used to be on TYT.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Holy meltdown.
The Young Turks.
They had a meltdown this week, huh?
Oh, I heard about, the Shank Yeager.
Just making stuff up.
About Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Chunk Yeager.
But Rubin said, I see that like the WAPO, Washington Post, New York Times, they have all these followers, but they have like 200 interactions,
when they post something.
Yes. And he's like, I bet I can get more interactions if I, posted a picture of fruit. And he did.
Yeah. And that's the testament to the fakeness of a lot of these media companies in social media. And that's why Elon's like saying, fuck you, I might not buy it because you're
fake.
Worthless.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's all hollow.
There's a couple arguments there. There's the argument that when you sign up to Rumble or whatever it is, Truth Social or any type of social media company, except for I don't remember Facebook having it, but maybe they do now. You're asked, what are your interests? And you pick a couple different accounts so they can start their algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
So the argument being like, okay, well, that's why so many people are subscribed to the WAPO or New York Times, and they don't get any interaction because it was just it was almost like a default fucking pick, and they were just trying to get signed up. So that's one argument I can kind of believe, but at the same time, it's a bullshit metric to be like, yeah, we got 5 million followers,
right? To convince people that there's
you're an authoritative source. You ain't shit,
right? It reminds me like people had this thing where they were buying subscribers on YouTube years ago.
Yeah.
And
You could do it on Facebook too. Yeah.
And you would see these people have all these subscribers, but then 200 people watch their video or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, how does he have like 500,000 subscribers and only 200 people watch the video and 20 thumbs up? You know.
Yep.
You know, and then
it's
they
the
changed.
bot world, yeah.
They
the
changed so you can't see the down likes in the middle of like the White House getting trashed on YouTube. I noticed.
Yeah. What? I mean, doesn't it compute? People's brains don't compute. It's like, why did the dislike get taken away? Because of Joe Biden.
Oh yeah,
and that's
the
it.
White House was getting trashed on
Every fucking
every
day.
video.
Most popular president
Of
of
all
all time,
time.
ladies and gentlemen.
Of all time. Yeah. It's bullshit. You know, there's a massive psyop going on, and it's done by people who hate this fucking country
Yeah.
and want it to fall, you know. And they feel like as if, you know, if this country falls, then that will level the playing field somehow.
New World Order. Government. One world government.
You think Israel's going to go on with that shit? Hell no. They're
They
not
might.
going to go. No. You got to make Israel and fucking all the Arab nations on the same. Come on. It's not going to happen.
What the fuck, dude?
Here's something I learned this week that Saudi Arabia has been tapping into underground lakes, and they've created a green line across Saudi Arabia with farms. They have more farmland than the Netherlands now, which blew my mind. You know, not that the Netherlands is that big of a place, you know, but it's all green. But they've been doing the center point irrigation, you know, where they have the sprinkler system that goes around a big circle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look on like Google Earth, you'll see that there's a bunch of farms in the middle of Saudi Arabia there. You know, you can't see them from space.
Really?
Yeah.
Farmland.
Yeah, so they've been growing grapes and stuff, you know. They're trying to get trees in because trees provide shade and allow things to grow underneath them.
Well, that's good. Bring the friggin' lush forest back to the desert.
Sure. I don't know why there's not more canals in the Sahara either, you know. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but I would have given it a
Yeah,
shot.
right. Trying some irrigation or
Sure,
something.
I would have given it a shot if I was, you know, Libyan dictator or something. Dig a canal right through the fucking Mediterranean.
Oh, I wanted to give you that quote from Gates about the COVID thing. The direct quote. It says, "We didn't understand that it's a fairly low fatality rate and that it's a disease mainly in the elderly, kind of like the flu. Although it's a bit different than that." So he, like, right after he said he caught himself calling it the flu, he had to correct himself and put a little something else in there. I was like, you dirty fuck.
I'm really interested to see what proof Russia and China comes up for that COVID-19 was a U.S. bioweapon.
It's also kind of a coincidence, is it, that they've cut off Russian media from pretty much the whole rest of the world? Isn't that kind of funny? I mean, stuff's leaking out because of the internet.
Right.
But you're not getting any news like from you would normally get, like RT on YouTube or freaking.
Well, I don't see it any different than the free speech argument. You know, like by allowing people to talk, we're going to either figure out whether they're bullshit or not.
Right. If you have merit, you
Right.
shouldn't be scared of what they say.
Exactly. When the truth is on my side, I fear nothing.
Yeah.
You know, in a debate.
So
why are they silencing people? Who
yeah,
knows?
even if they're Russian. Even if they're
Russian.
freaking Russian, people. Critical thinking.
Are we still allowed to visit Russia now? Can we go to Russia?
I haven't looked on that lately. I did see that, like, people up until the war broke out were able to, you know,
Right.
travel and everything. So
If we're allowed, we'll be there in a month.
yeah.
Broadcasting from the Kremlin.
Wow. I've always wanted to go there just because of how beautiful.
Oh
that
yeah,
frickin-
that architecture.
Yeah.
Man. Oh yeah.
It looks awesome.
And the plus
May
there's
never
free
go now.
land, man. You know how cheap land is in Russia?
You want to go to Egypt?
Eh.
No.
I mean, I do. I'd like to see the pyramids.
There's Egyptian tours I was thinking of trying to get on one this fall.
All right, let me know. Check it out. I know that the security can be kind of harsh.
Well, I feel like these tours have figured all that shit out, for the most part, and they've been doing it for years, So, whatever. Unless something happens. What's up with this baby formula shit?
Baby formula, man.
Shortages. Everybody's fucking going freaky crazy Friday about it. Fucking.
I can't have your baby starving to death.
I thought milk comes out of their tits.
Yeah, but some people have twins and they don't produce that much.
Okay, all right.
And you can't.
What's the percentages of that, you think?
I don't know what the percentages of twins are, birth rate in the United States, but
it's a lot of baby formula.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, there's nothing wrong with baby formula. It's convenient for people.
Yeah, a lot of sore nipples out there.
I imagine there'd be a lot of big old cigar nipples that were sore.
Swolled up like a cigar butt.
Swole up like a cigar butt. Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I tell you what, if you're trying to kill people, infants are pretty vulnerable.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They can't miss a lot of meals. They don't have a lot of reserves,
Yeah.
So.
Well, some people say you can use goat milk and some other.
Oh, because of the huge goat population in America. That's going to take care of it, sure.
Well, I don't know. What about the coincidence that there's a baby formula shortage? A week ago, was it, I think, or 2 weeks ago, Pfizer comes out and says you shouldn't breastfeed. And then this week, Bill Gates says, you know what? I'm growing baby formula, everybody.
Yeah, I got a new one. It's not a coincidence, man. Come on. This shit's staged. It's set up. It's like the planes crashing into fucking
a building and it falling for the first time.
Well, the food production places, right? The
oh yeah, that too.
The processing places. 2 planes crash into them. Why?
Yeah, in a month.
In a month.
And then there's another fire and another 10.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence, man.
Bees dying on the tarmac.
There's
cats and dogs living together.
Yeah, it's chaos. No, but this stuff is planned, man. We're in the middle of an operation. I think it's connected to Agenda 2030, global depopulation.
Well, you used to bring a lot of those things up to me, like white papers from the UN or was it United Nations?
UN, yeah.
And it's like there it is in writing,
right in black and white.
Yeah, they're telling you what they're gonna do over the next 10, 20 years.
Yep, and they've got everyone convinced that we're gonna be dead in 30 years unless we protect the environment or whatever, and that may be so, but if that's true and people gotta die, I don't want them to die here. Let them die over there. Like
you hear that? We're all Americans.
Exactly.
We're all Americans in America.
But, it's like the Georgia Guidestones where maintain a population of 500 million. That's 1,600 numbers.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Right.
I mean, wherever those stones came from, those numbers are way off. Especially when you have some people like Elon saying, if we don't have more babies, society's in for rough shape. Because
people keep living longer.
Yeah.
Right. And
how's it going to they be taken care of?
How do you pay their Social Security? How do you there's nobody paying taxes in.
So if there's any young woman out there that wants to have a baby, come see me.
Come see us. And that's like what's going on in Shanghai now, where they're putting cages around buildings and whatever.
Jeez, man, those videos are just getting worse and worse.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming here.
They're starting to break out of the buildings and start fighting like the other people trying to wrangle on them in.
Right.
Well, dude, the coming here is kind of a scary thought. I mean, especially with gas prices the way they are.
$6.
I saw someone saying here. I got the article. Running on empty, America's diesel stockpiles are rapidly dwindling. Fuel rationing on the horizon.
Oh, yeah.
American diesel stockpiles have been depleted while prices have surged to record highs, leading to higher prices for consumers. I wouldn't be surprised to see diesel being rationed on the East Coast this summer. John Katsamitidis. Excuse me. The CEO of the United Refining Company told Bloomberg on Wednesday, right now inventories are low and we may see a shortage in the coming months.
That's going to affect everything, because that's going to affect shipping.
Yeah, and if you start rationing gas, everything else is going to be rationed.
Everything else, yep. Because how do you get it? You're going to walk to get it? Going to ride your fucking mule?
Start your gardens, people.
Seriously.
And feed me when it's when you get some broccoli going. Yep, I heard you, computer.
Did you hear about that? What the hell was that? Doctor Strange actress?
Yeah, that was kind of a red herring, though, because she was just a nobody extra.
Oh, okay.
So she wasn't had a big part or nothing. She was just in a couple frames as a background character. But I heard a story about it.
Her and her husband were, I guess they were convicted of molesting a 13-year-old girl over.
Well, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of the first to fall, and all these accusations about pedophilia in Hollywood. But now we have some proof
and an actual conviction.
Yes.
Wow. Well, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I think people were saying, to be fair, she's not like some A-lister or nothing like that.
No, but she's got pictures of her and Cumberbatch or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's pissed off and frightened right now, or he's like, "What WTF?"
And the what's the other guy's name there? The Flash kid.
Holy Ezra Miller's a fucking kook.
He got arrested in Hawaii.
I'm not transgender. I don't want to be searched by a man.
Yes.
I'm not transgender. I don't want to be searched by a man.
No, I might try that.
The video.
If I ever get in trouble, I might try that, actually. That was brilliant, I thought. Suddenly he was non-binary, transgender.
Don't want to be searched by a man.
Identify as a...
Drunk as fuck.
Oh, he was wasted.
Holy shit, dude. That's what happens when you're fucking... You went kook. You got some big money.
Oh.
You're in a movie. You went full kook.
Here's something, too. Talking about gas prices. So, Khalifa bin Zayed, the leader of United Arab Emirates, died this week at 73.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Suspicious. He's a billionaire. So he had the best health care.
You think we could get a couple of his bucks?
I doubt it.
Send it over.
We're not even Islamic.
Yeah, but, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Spread it out.
These are rich people we're talking about, Brandon.
Well, friggin' Elon could have stopped world hunger with $44 billion.
Well, what about Bezos? Couldn't he have done that too? No? What about Bill Gates? No?
No. Only Elon.
Only Elon could have done it.
All right, so continue your story. Just suspicious?
That's it. It was suspicious, yeah. He just hosted the World Economic Forum down there.
Ooh, he did?
Yeah, 2018, I think.
Oh, that's not just. That's a little bit recent, but not too recent.
3 years.
Yeah. Well, Russia cuts off electricity to Finland because they won't pay in rubles.
Good for Finland. Finland's whooped Russia's ass before. They'll do it again.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
nice.
yeah. The only thing about Finland is... All right, so Finland was an Axis power by proxy.
Was this the one you were talking about? They got to change the flag?
They got to change their Air Force flag.
From a swastika?
From a swastika, yeah. And their Air Academy also uses the swastika.
Yeah.
Now,
You showed me a picture of that, I think.
They claim that it's not connected to the Nazis.
Yeah, they're using it as a Hindu symbol, probably, right?
It was a good luck symbol or something. They said, and I've got no problem with Finnish people. I've hammered. If you're actually listening.
Oh, somebody hit the like button. Yeah, hit that like button, then subscribe.
Subscribe, Jonas. If you're out there, I got no problem with you guys. But they're making a big deal about it, and I don't see how this changes anything for Russia, really. It's the same defense perimeter. Now, the one thing is that Finland does produce some arms, and they do got an air force, so it's not like they'll be gaining much. I don't know. There's not that many people in Finland either.
Yeah.
Finland is actually less than 10% of 1% of the world's population. I don't know why I know this number. It's just been stuck in my head for a while.
Stuck in there.
But there's mandatory military service in Finland. I think when you're 18, you got to go in the military there, similar to Israel. I do know that they don't trust the Russians at all. So the Russians had some mining operation near the Finnish border, and Finland was over there like thinking that they were going to tunnel in. It was all in their news. You know, they get pretty paranoid about Russia because they used to be part of Russia. They broke away from Russia after the First World War, I believe. And they're also Uralic.
Trying to get tunneled in, huh?
Yeah, they thought they were going to get tunneled in. Yeah.
Speaking of, you got any news on the border? That's just an open Swiss cheese hole. You hear anything new other than they're just letting them walk in now?
Yeah, that's all I've heard. I heard that they got a bunch of baby food down there, baby formula.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're shipping all that formula down to the
border
people coming in.
I don't know how this is still happening because Mexico's
and also to Ukraine. I heard there is some pallets.
I'm sure there was.
Yeah,
U2 was performed in Ukraine this week. Haven't these people suffered enough? U2's got to go fucking there and put a concert on.
Bono.
What a fucking sellout that dude is.
Yeah, I really did like U2 music.
I did
mean,
too.
I still do. I'll listen to
Sure.
the fuck out of some U2, and I know a lot of people hate the shit out of them. But
they lost me at Joshua Tree. Really, that was kind of the end of it for me.
I don't know. I listened to Zooropa quite a bit.
I couldn't deal with that.
I was, the electronic thing for me was all fresh. Well, it wasn't really fresh and new, but it was like they were having their stab at it, and there was some good stuff on there I kind of liked. But overall, it's nothing like it's gonna. It's not. Joshua Tree.
I mean, I liked Rattle and Hum, War. Right?
Rattle and Hum.
War was one of the first albums I ever owned.
Yeah, I didn't have War.
Oh, it's a good one.
But yeah, that stuff will be remembered. Zooropa is not going to be remembered.
Nothing after that's going to be remembered. It's all crap,
But yeah, they're over there lending their minstrel skills to the war.
Right, and I say these people have suffered enough already. You got to go there and fucking play to the youth. Jesus.
Can we start a GoFundMe to keep you two from playing?
Exactly.
Stop the suffering.
Stop the suffering in Ukraine.
Stop the suffering in Ukraine. We got to get you two the fuck out of there. Buy them some plane tickets.
Speaking of war, here's something I saw this week. So in the Gobi Desert, right?
Gobi.
In China.
Okay.
They have mock U.S. aircraft carriers built on
sand,
on rails. They made rails so they can like a train.
Yeah.
So they can move this aircraft carrier silhouette through the desert, and they can then bomb it.
Who can bomb it?
The Chinese are doing this.
Oh, so they're target practice.
They're target practice, and they've built mock U.S. aircraft carriers on rails.
To bomb.
The bomb.
In the Gobi.
Out in the Gobi.
That's fucking insane.
They're.
I'm sure we're doing something dumb like that too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure we've done it, but China is pushing the envelope, man.
Well, if they're going down, they're not gonna, go without a fight, and they're not gonna friggin' let it be easy on anybody else, especially when you got like what seems to be a cabal of fucking NATO, just like we were talking gentrifying the world.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck you and your scummy fucking Western ways.
NATO is New World Order, even though Russia's got more nukes than NATO combined. But whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that the U.S. has more allies than just NATO. You know, like we're in what was that Ozak or whatever. Anyway, UK, Australia, U.S. has a treaty now. I forget what it's called, but they're a U.S. ally. Japan's obviously an occupied U.S. ally, and South Korea is another one, U.S. ally in the region. I don't know where the Philippines stand currently, but I'm sure they don't like China. So the U.S. and its allies are pretty strong. They're definitely the leading military force in the world. Well, the U.S. is by itself, but when you start to add in all these other little countries and stuff, it's a lot, you know. And I don't think China plays around really. You know, they've got a habit of a lot of freebie annexations of places that nobody gives a shit about, little rocks out in the middle of the fucking ocean and coral reefs.
Right. But that could be used strategically.
Sure.
Without a doubt.
You know, and they did have some, they did have a war against Vietnam and India in the 20th century. They lost against Vietnam. But, you know, China has so many people that their needs are overwhelming, more so than anywhere else in the world, especially when it comes to food needs and medical needs. They also have one of the oldest populations in the world now, due to their decades of, you know, one-child policy or whatever. So I think that China sees itself as the new superpower in the world in the 21st century. And
it seems like they're totally being positioned for that ever since like the 70s, you know.
Yes, ever since they opened them up. You know, and that's what communism does. They exploit labor for profit. That's what communism trades in, is labor.
There was a good point somebody brought up the other day. They said, how come with all these fucks wanting to rip down Lincoln statues and all these other statues of anybody that they don't agree with, Jackson, this and that, how come nobody's ever complained at university to take out fucking any like communist fucking busts and shit like that?
Because the communist Chinese have paid for all this. That they're funding the side.
Lenin or fucking
right.
Whoever you got fucking sitting in there with their head, you know, in a bust form or a fucking You don't see anybody taking out any of that stuff. But Andrew Jackson, that's okay.
Right. You know, and Andrew Jackson gets a bad rap for Trail of Tears, but he fought
Lincoln. That's okay.
Jackson fought the big banks. He brought down the Western Central Bank, and I think we need to do that today. I think we need to end the Fed.
Yeah. I mean, that should just be a show on itself. Just end the Fed. Everybody should hear that like once a day.
I agree. It should be everybody's alarm clock. End the Fed.
Yep.
You know, because what the fuck? Like, these people are producing money out of thin air.
We should just start walking around and charging people money and be like, well, you let the Fed do it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you let the Fed do it.
You let the Fed do it.
What? Give me money.
And, you know, you tell people stuff about the Federal Reserve, and they just don't get it.
Their eyes gloss over.
Yeah, they don't get it. They think it's a conspiracy theory, that you're paranoid, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, this is a debt system.
It's a fucking private bank.
It is. It's a fucking private bank with the headquarters in Malta.
Yeah, just basically raping any, you know, income that or like wealth that the nation makes.
Right, because you can never get out of debt from them.
Yeah.
We borrow Fed signatures and owe them more signatures. So if we borrow $1 from the Fed, we owe them $2. Where the fuck are we going to get the extra $1?
And they're fucking making the inflation rates.
Oh, absolutely. The 80% of the money, currency that's ever been printed is printed in the last 22 months. It's absurd. They're trying to crash the fucking economy. Here's a conspiracy theory for you. So there was a rapper named Dr. Creep. All right.
I like his name already.
Nobody's ever seen his face. He always wears a gas mask.
Okay.
So nobody knows this guy's true identity. In 2013, he released a song called Pandemic, right?
Okay.
And one of the lyrics is, 2020 combined with coronavirus, bodies stacking.
That's one of the lyrics in the song.
It says lyrics in the song.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to check the song out. What's the other? Is there any other context in the rest of the song, or is it just?
He talks about wars and famines and all kinds of shit. But the fact that he says 2020 is the only year that he references in the song.
Almost like he knew.
Almost like he knew. At least you could
infer it.
Yeah, reasonable speculation that he knew. Either somebody told him to say that, or he knew, or he got lucky. I guess if enough people make enough songs about stuff like that, somebody's gonna get lucky.
Somebody gonna get lucky.
Now, I listened to the song. I thought it sucked, but he does say that.
You got a cool name though. What is it, Doctor
Creep?
Doctor.
I put it in the group chat there.
I'll check it out.
You'll check it out. It's on Bing.
So next week we're probably gonna have a big show, right?
Really big show.
We're gonna have a full couch.
Full couch. We should try to do that more often.
I think so too, and I also think like I'm gonna maybe start promoting the show like a normal person or a normal human would.
Dude,
so,
we got 4 people watching.
I know we've been letting it grow kind of like
it's huge.
Organically. We're just having fun, blah, blah, blah. We're just here to have fun.
Yeah.
But I think I might start getting behind a little more pushing. And we could start with next week maybe the 4 Horsemen show or something like that.
I like that. 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
It's here. Why not
Zukiel
play off of it? But who's our guest going to be next week?
Chris and Jack next week, it says.
Yeah.
Chris Bernard and Jack Peeler.
So
that'll be fun.
So I think next week will be a fun show with a lot of laughter.
Really
a little bit lighthearted, probably a little more lighthearted, little like maybe filthy.
Filthy, yeah.
Like
Justin Trudeau, filthy.
Downright Justin filthy.
I heard he did something this week. I can't remember what it was.
He tried to raise a flag in Kiev. He was one of the idiots over there, and it took him like fucking 10 minutes, or he couldn't even fucking figure out how to get a flag on a pole and raise the Canadian flag in Kiev. Moron.
Goddamn moron.
So yeah, so they're going to be on next week.
Well, you know, it's good because that would make them a target for Russia, and I'm of the opinion that Canada is a decoy.
Decoy country?
Oh, yeah.
For us.
For us, oh, yeah. Throw off the Russians, you know?
Yeah, they don't just lob them up that way.
Yeah, now they'll nuke Canada. They'll nuke the decoy. We'll survive. I like it.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Here's another thing. I looked up nuclear launch sites on
Google Earth.
Yeah. And only one showed up at some poor bastard's house in Ottawa or something, Ontario. Or, I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't Ottawa. But it was in Canada, in Ontario. And I'm like, this is a fucking residential neighborhood. Why is this guy? Why does it say nuclear launch site here?
Maybe that's his name.
Nuclear launch or something.
Yeah. So we should probably have some other type of topics next week. Maybe keyboards or something. Maybe music.
I could talk a little bit about music.
Maybe movies.
Yeah, I'll watch some movies, sure. Bacon.
Food.
That's a topic.
Bacon.
Bacon's a real topic.
Kevin Bacon.
7 degrees.
7.
2. I'm down to 2 degrees.
With who?
Kevin Bacon.
You're down to 2. Wow.
I'm down to 2 of just back everybody because fucking Fallon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
Fucking somehow.
Maybe we could have him on the show.
That and I used to hang out with Fabrizio from the Strokes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he always tried to tell me about his band. I never fucking let him.
They wouldn't let him talk about his band?
I wouldn't let the drummer from the Strokes.
Why? Because you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Basically, yeah.
Good.
But then you know what happened, Brandon?
What?
A year later,
They're everywhere.
I was listening to the Strokes. I had no idea that was his band.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good. That's a nice story.
I got a lot of, with those. I was David Wilcox. You know who he is? Conspiracy guy.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
In the 90s, he interviewed me about aliens.
You told me about that, I
Yeah,
think.
He was working at Bacchus in New Paltz.
Okay.
He went to school there.
All right.
And he told me he wanted to be an author. I'm like, you could do that. You could just start doing that. He did it.
You can.
He did it.
I was thinking about doing some writing. I mean, I do a lot of writing, but I've never tried to publish anything.
Right.
I bet you it's pretty easy, especially for someone like you yourself or myself or people have a good vocabulary, know how to use it. Compared to most people today.
Oh my God! See, I was just thinking about this.
It's got to be fucking easy.
That Odin's Men, right?
Yeah.
That's Odin's as in like plural, not possessive. Odin's Men channel. He has the cringiest people on there, and I kind of watching those people kind of made me lose any fear of like embarrassing myself because look at these fucking people out there.
That's proofs in the pudding.
Proofs in the pudding, yeah.
And their brains are pudding. Yeah, I mean, writing is fun. I do, like I said, quite a bit for one thing or the other. I know you have for D&D amongst probably other things.
Oh yeah, role playing games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it probably wouldn't be hard to like get like a steady gig doing writing for like a couple different rags around the area, and $100-200 an article or something like that.
All these liberal rags.
All these fucking rags.
Rags.
But that's just more time devoted to something.
At least it's productive.
Yeah. I'd rather sleep.
I'd rather catch Z's. Bro.
I'd rather catch some Z's, bro. So next week, Chris and Jack, and I don't know what we'll call the show as far as like a special or something. Maybe it'll be a regular thing.
Cocks on the couch.
A bunch of assholes in the round.
Yeah, but we'll expand the topics. I mean, obviously,
and a little more, like I said, a little more marketing, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, all right.
Maybe we'll set some up.
I'm in this show called Sanctimonious American Men. You should watch.
You should watch.
Yep. I mean, look at this. We got 4 people watching right now.
Yeah. One of them's you.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. One of them's me.
Let's see. Well, okay. Are we getting into don't say territory?
Don't say.
You Nazi fuck. Don't say.
Don't say.
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 So Ron Perlman's don't say what this week? Don't say what? That Biden. What was we were talking about? Biden. Don't say. Oh yeah, more people are dead dead.
Right, more people died underneath that president.
Coronavirus.
Anyone with that many deaths underneath, anyone with that many deaths while they're in charge shouldn't be president.
So he shouldn't be president according to his own logic.
According to his own logic, yes.
Which he doesn't have much left.
And another thing we're not, I guess, we're not supposed to talk about how many deaths that are COVID deaths underneath.
Yeah.
Biden.
And we should forget too that a lot of those
that's a different
are fake ass deaths because they're just making money. Hospitals are making money by marking down COVID deaths. They're getting 12,000, 30,000, whatever it is. Ching, 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 ching. They're just getting cash because they got a COVID death.
Right. It's like we were playing D&D and, we killed the bugbear. I asked how many XPs we got. He's like, you didn't kill the bugbear. It died of COVID. Fuckers.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to have to forget this week.
We got it. That's different.
All right.
What we got to forget is that 2017 will be the year of offense.
Oh, right. That wasn't don't say. That was what we must forget.
Yeah, we got to forget that 2017 is the year of offense in Ukraine.
According to Lindsey
Graham, who's a sellout. He's a rhino. He got caught this week.
Phone calls.
Phone calls, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
saying all kinds of dumb shit because he's a dumbass.
He is a dumbass.
Who could get mad at Joe Biden? He's like the nicest man I know.
Fucking pedophile.
Lindsey Graham, you're a piece
Sell
of
out.
shit.
He is a fucking piece of shit.
Same with Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, like, fucking family, like, runs drugs. They own boats that have been, like, caught in maritime waters, fucking smuggling.
That's what these people do, man. Speaking of fucking smugglers, Ghislaine Maxwell got a reduced sentence, huh?
Jizz?
Yeah.
The old Jizz?
The old Jizz got a reduced sentence.
And then the picture of Elon with her stand behind him where supposedly she bombed him. That's like half of the lefties' fucking campaign against him is that one photo.
Well, I mean, buy a Tesla, you know.
I mean, Elon, he says, I don't even know her. I didn't know she was standing there. So whose word is true? I don't know. But he was basically saying, she photobombed me. Get over
She
it.
probably did.
Yeah, because that's how they got dirt on people. It's like, even being associated with me, I have something on you.
Right. She's that dirty.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to map the ocean floor for some fucking reason.
Get the Valhalla. Valhalla. Okay, so Ron Perlman, Don't Say. We didn't really say, what was it? Don't say
that there's been 1 million deaths.
Okay.
Underneath
And
Biden.
we must forget Lindsey Graham.
We gotta forget Lindsey Graham said that 2017 will be the year that Ukraine goes on offense against Russia. And he said that in Ukraine with McCain next to him.
McCain started ISIS.
That's what they say. I've seen pictures of him with the leaders. Of ISIS.
Yeah, leaders of ISIS. I've seen that shit. Back then, you didn't even know ISIS was going to be like the thing.
No, I had no clue.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit about Syria. I knew they had like some big stones that were like hand cut that were too big or something. World's biggest cut stone.
They got some big stones in Syria.
Yeah, like
That's why I wanted to take
Temple of
this
Jupiter.
Egypt tour, man. See some big fucking stones, some ancient
some big
technology.
Walking whales in the desert.
And supposedly they've opened up a whole bunch of new shit because that fucking piece of shit that was in charge of antiquities over there is retired.
Oh, I hated that fucking dude.
Yeah.
He was such a liar.
He's just a dickhead.
He was.
What the fuck was I can't remember his name. But yeah,
Dickhead.
for years he was just like giving the shaft to anybody trying to do real research.
Yep. He wouldn't even entertain anything.
No, I mean Charles Schock was one of the people that started the questioning with the erosion theories.
Yeah, on the Sphinx.
Erosion patterns. Yeah. And he got fucking shut down.
They say there's other pyramids in other places of the world, like
Fucking Antarctica. They got them
Antarctica,
pictures.
right?
Yeah.
Croatia, I think is the other one.
China. There's a shit ton in China.
Yeah.
You should go on Google Maps.
Yeah, I've never seen the ones in China.
They're fucking huge.
Are they?
So, who's towing the line?
Who's towing the line this week? Let me think.
Who's towing the line? Got that fucking big old rope over their shoulder. Dragging it down the road, dragging it right through town square.
That's a tough one. I didn't pay enough attention this week.
Towing the line. It's usually Saki.
Yeah, but she retired, right?
Yeah.
Or
But she was towing, well, that's not really towing the line.
Is she going into porn? What is she doing? Well, I'm just trying to think of what, would be
Or should be qualified at.
for. Yeah.
She's going to MSNBC.
OnlyFans.
MSNBC.
Microsoft.
Fear
huh?
porn.
Bill Gates.
Fear porn.
More Bill Gates. Now, they say he's the largest farm owner in the United States now.
She's going to get into fear porn.
Yeah, who's towing the line? Well,
towing the line.
let's see. Oh, you know who's towing the line? Fucking, what's his name there?
2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
Yeah,
That guy.
that guy, short guy.
Fauci.
No, not that. He's always towing the line. This one I was surprised to see. Jewish guy. What the hell? Little Jewish guy talks a lot.
Little
He's really smart.
Jewish guy.
That's not a stereotype.
Talks a lot.
You
really
know,
smart.
He's got the Daily Wire or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, Mr. Shapiro was telling some lines this week, I saw.
He's known to do that, for sure.
I saw him towing the line on 2,000 Mules.
As far as...
Well, he would, make a point, and then he would,
discredit it at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. I think a lot of the people are scared to say their opinions because kind of like what I said before about the Twitter with the bots. You're like, I can see a reasonable other angle to it, but they don't want to get kicked off of their medias.
Maybe that's it.
So they're giving the counterpoint right after they give a point.
That's what he did. He would, he would acknowledge what happened, and then he basically pitched a conspiracy theory of why that could be. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? Well, we know that happened. Now you're just making something up that could have happened. And I'm not saying it's bad to have, hypothesize things and to make educated guesses. But,
hypothesize?
Hypothesize.
There.
Yes.
It took me a second to get it too.
And, but he was going, trying to discredit it almost. And he said, he's like, well, maybe more information will come out. All right, Ben, why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
Well, it's pretty sad how slow the wheels of justice move.
Too
if
slow.
we're going to even have justice anymore in this country, where, people have been being guilty before fucking.
Oh yeah.
Proven.
MAGA King.
The great MAGA King. The great MAGA King. Guilty for association with Hillary Clinton.
He came and he pulled the flag out of the stone, making him the chosen one.
The great MAGA King. He pulled the hat off the rack.
Oh, this is something I heard this week. So in Germany, years ago, there was a woman who faked bestial births.
Bestial birth? Birth?
Yeah. So
birthing animals?
This is
That's not cool.
No, she faked it.
I don't even want to know how. Are you going to tell me how?
She was shoving rabbits up there. And that's where we get the rabbit out of a hat.
Wow, what was her name? Hat?
No, but
Margaret Hat.
I can't remember her name, but I learned that this week. I'm like, ugh.
That's
nasty.
That's
She was some German teenager, I think. 200 years ago, whatever.
Knowing's half the battle.
It is. That was a great cartoon. Can we bring that back?
G.I. Joe in general, like the creativity in the names and the character designs, it's like
Cobra Commander.
Amazing.
Oh, it's great.
Shipwreck. That's his code name. Come on, man. Sick.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
I used to get the comic. I was a subscriber to the comic.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe comic.
I never read the comic. I'm sure it was riveting.
Oh, yeah. I wish I still had those.
Yeah, probably worth a few bucks.
Mom probably threw them out along with Junior.
Did you get to see any of at all last week?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see Dar's Adoption Agency?
No.
Remember Beastmaster?
Oh, yeah. Great flick.
I think I'm going to show you right now, since you didn't get to see it last week.
All right.
Let's just take a quick look again. Maybe you missed it, anybody watching Dar's Adoption Agency. But it was because, all the people being all about pro-choice, pro-life. I figured this is a good solution,
Okay.
You can just watch it over there.
Let me get some glasses here.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember the right button. Adopt a baby with Dar Adoption Services. Help the sacrificed before they die. This week's special is from the city of brotherly love, Fentanyl Phil. He would love for you to take him in.
Bobby.
Or adopt the little Napandooski. He's always tuckered out from smoking all that weed.
Ash.
Call our hotline now to save a baby from the fiery death of Mayak's sacrifice ceremony. And with a little luck, your child can grow up to telepathically communicate with animals.
Oh, Mr. Science.
Hey, you can help close out this show. Yeah, so that was a little something I did just for fun with
Fentanyl Philly.
Fentanyl Phil from Philly.
Jesus
Give me a
Christ.
quarter, Poppy. So, yeah, maybe we'll put something together for next week, too. Who knows?
Cool. I'm feeling better.
I mean, I'm going to be busy as fuck again this week, which sucks, but, you know, everybody just keeps sending in that money. Praying to the algorithm.
Now, if all 4 of you just send $1 billion. 3. If all 3
I
of
could
you.
edit video all week long.
All week long.
Or I could just not sleep as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? It's fucking amazing. Life's amazing, Mr. Science.
Gotta be thankful.
Men can get pregnant, but they can't say shit about abortion.
Nope. Can't say shit about abortion. Because sperm's just free. It just comes from the air. It's just air. I go outside, I get hit with a splooge right in the eye every time.
Splooge. Where's our good buddy? He's got to be up there somewhere. Oh, there he is. Couldn't get the flag up, buddy. What the fuck, huh? Went to Ukraine, tried to raise the Canadian flag, couldn't get it done.
I was trying to raise the Canadian flag in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Why?
They're probably underneath the fucking, Ukrainian flag to show solidarity.
Solidarity.
I think that's what it was. Maybe I'm confused. I got to go back and look at the video.
Canada gives a fuck.
All I knew is that he couldn't fucking get a flagpole to work. And he's running a country.
Now, are there elections this weekend? Is that what's going on?
Elections where?
Well, I heard the Bruins,
Yeah, they got
That's
some
going on
elections
this week?
going.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
What is it? The best 3 out of 5, something like that.
I think vote 7 is on Sunday.
Vote 7.
Yeah.
All right. So, till next week, I guess. Everybody, thanks for watching. You got anything else of input, Johnny 5?
I mean, I could talk about random stuff.
More input. No disassemble.
No disassemble.
Stephanie.
That guy apologized for that role. Did you know?
Yes, yep, I
Fucking
know.
40 years later, you're apologizing for something. Shut
It
the
was so
fuck up.
insensitive to play, whatever, Indian, Pakistani, I forget what he
A
was.
smart Indian guy.
Because I talk like this, I am so sensitive.
So stupid.
It's called just, like, impersonations.
It's killed comedy.
They're trying to kill comedy. I mean, we didn't even talk about that because you weren't here last week, but the Dave Chappelle getting attacked on stage.
I was surprised Jon Stewart jumped in.
Jon Stewart was there, too?
Oh, yeah.
I know Jamie Foxx was there to get some
yeah.
licks, and so was Chris Rock, and I didn't know Jon Stewart got in the fray.
Oh, yeah. Jon Stewart was in the fray.
Jon Stewart's a piece of shit.
Here's something about Jamie Foxx. Yes, he is a piece of shit. I guess he's going to be playing Mike Tyson.
Well, he'll do a good job.
I think he will, too.
Jamie Foxx is like one of the best. It's more of an impersonation, but he's great at acting as well. So it's like when you have those two things mixed together, you can't go wrong.
All right, the guy does
A lot of
everything.
people don't like impersonators acting because they're like, oh, you're just impersonating. But it's like, isn't that kind of the idea?
That is the idea, especially when you're playing a specific historical figure.
Yeah.
You know, and if he fucks up, Mike will whip that ass.
Mike will beat him down.
Beat him down.
But I think, yeah, Jamie Foxx would do a great job.
I think so, too. I'm pretty excited to see that.
I mean, he made me believe he was Ray Charles.
I did. I also believed he was going to gut me like a fish, you know, and that when he was like that homeless guy who was like a music project.
I didn't watch that one. I think, Robert Downey Jr. in that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Iron Man.
Iron Man, yeah.
Iron Man was in that.
Iron Man, yeah.
Okay. I know you could probably talk for another half hour, but I think I got things I got to be doing.
All right. Plus, you got to give me a lift.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna check up. Everybody hit that like button. We're gonna start promoting this thing.
4 horsemen.
We're getting on the algo train.
Algo train.
Yeah.
Dear algorithm.
Dear algorithm.
Who art in cyberspace. Hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
Thy algorithm come. Thy algorithm will be done. On the internet. As well as on paper.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Good. Hope you all enjoyed the show out there.
Show watchers, all 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2.
If you got any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. If you hate us, tell us in the comments.
Don't all comment at once. Cause
If you guys want to buy shirts, let me know in the comments.
oh, yeah. Sell shirts.
Yeah, I still see like all that stuff I started out wanting to push in the beginning. I just kind of said fuck it, but I think it's time to.
That's coming along now. We're a season in.
14 episodes is one season. You think?
Well, yeah, because season's only 13 weeks long. It's only 52 weeks in a year. 4 times 13.
Okay.
52.
First season's done with.
Yeah, done in the books.
It's in the books, kid.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back next week. More exciting news and pop culture.
Pop culture. Mandela effects.
Mandela effects. Maybe I'll bring the Nintendo.
Elon's gonna put a chip in your head.
I'm still on the fence about it.
I'm not getting a fucking chip in me.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
It's not a tough call. I'll wait 7 years.
It's like this. Okay, let's talk about this. We got a couple more minutes.
Okay.
You get a chip in your head. Yeah, you're right. If you're getting first gen, it might suck. But you're automatically going to be in a super small percentage of people that will have access to the first technologies that all of humanity one day will be changed into.
Yeah, but then you end up like Johnny Mnemonic if it goes wrong.
I understand that. That's the danger. And I just watched Johnny Mnemonic. I didn't watch it. I listened to the audiobook. And it's not Johnny Mnemonic. I didn't watch it. I listened to Neuromancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I mean, the other alternative to that is you got to go eat mushrooms and hang out with Buddhist monks to access that type of power in your brain.
No, I get that.
You know? You're going to become a subspecies of humans.
It's transhumanism.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate it. But I also don't want to be like, a second-class citizen, which I already am. So maybe that puts me back even further.
If I'm happy with being a second-class citizen.
I know. I'm happy just being me, too. But at the same time, well, I guess that's, I'm a bullshitter, too, because, I got a fucking flip phone.
You got a flip phone.
So I'm just going to make a big jump. I'm going to say flip phone to brain implants.
Just put a computer in my brain.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We'll talk about it next week.
Remember, everyone, wherever you go, there you are.